Not only is this my favourite film of 2017, but it's one of my favourite films of all time. Hello people of YouTube and the surrounding areas, it's that time again where I count down my top 10 favourite films of the year, and yes, I know this video is late again, it was late last year, but I've had a very busy Christmas and New Year, so I haven't really had time to film this. Now again, just to remind you all, this is my own personal list, and if you don't agree with it, then that's fine, but please try your best not to post your frustration in the comments, okay? Okay, however, do feel free to leave your favourite film of 2017 down below. Anyway, without further ado, let's do this. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. I'm such a child. I just had to put this film on the list somewhere, just simply because of how nostalgic it made me feel. You know, I used to love the books growing up, and, you know, I always dreamt of them making a movie of Captain Underpants. And they finally did it! Yes! It was a fantastic cast, Kevin Hart was just as brilliant as always, and I am not ashamed to admit at all that I laughed more at the film than the kids did in the cinema. Not ashamed at all. Not ashamed. And so the hate begins. Oh god, here we go. At number 9 is Dunkirk. I'm sorry! I am sorry! I liked this film, okay? I absolutely loved it. I had to put it on the list somewhere, and it really pained me to put it this low down. I was on the edge of my seat throughout pretty much the whole film. The performances were amazing, and the visuals, oh my god, the visuals. Christopher Nolan has made movie gold again. He never fails to impress, does he? The only negative thing I have about this film, though, is I wish it was just a bit longer, but apart from that, it was absolutely brilliant. At number 8 is Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Now this movie did come out last year, but I actually saw it this year, but I had to include it on the list because, oh my god, I loved it so much. I think I'd even go as far to say that I enjoyed this one more than the original. It was hilarious, the special effects were stunning, Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black and Karen Gillan were all fantastic together. It was just a really fun and fantastic movie. Oh boy, yet more hate coming my way for number 7. Here goes. Number 7 is Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm sorry! First of all, I want to say what a pleasant surprise it was to see Adrian Edmondson in this movie. He is one of my favourite actors ever, and it was just, I felt like a proud dad when he came on screen. Anyway, enough about him. As you can probably tell, I didn't enjoy this one as much as The Force Awakens, but that doesn't mean to say that it's bad. BB-8 was just as adorable as ever, Luke Skywalker was absolutely badass, and the only thing I will say about this movie is I wish that they'd showed more of Finn, because I felt as though he was kind of treated as a side character in this film, but he's an absolutely brilliant character, but I just feel as though they didn't really show enough of him. But yeah, 'twas a quality film! At number 6 is the Lego Batman movie. Oh, this film was so much fun. I think I probably enjoyed this film just as much as the Lego movie. It was absolutely hilarious. You know, it had the same kind of humour as the Lego movie. Will Arnett, oh my god. No joke, I think Will Arnett is probably my favourite movie adaptation of Batman. I'm not even joking, he's brilliant. I thought it was really clever what they did with the villains in this film. Like, it was almost as though they sort of merged them together. Take Bane, for example. In this film, he looked like he did in the comics, but he sounded like Tom Hardy. And yeah, this film was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. In at number 5 is Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I have a question. Why the hell do people hate this film? I thought it was brilliant. You know, a lot like the Lego Batman movie, I think I enjoyed this one as much as the first one. The action scenes were intense and badass. It was really awesome to see Eggsy and Harry fighting together. It was really funny in some places, like, you know, Elton John's cameo. I thought that was hilarious. Just, oh my god, his lines. his freaking lines. I was laughing so much. It was brilliant. You know, I loved all of the new characters as well. You know, Channing Tatum, he was brilliant, and oh, his dance moves were just fabulous. At number 4 is Logan. Oh my god, this film. This freaking film. I love this film. It was such a good send-off for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Now, I am all for 15 rated superhero movies, and this was no exception. The action scenes were insanely brutal, the acting was brilliant, Hugh Jackman never ceases to impress, does he? And the little girl who plays Laura, oh my god, she was so good. She's got such a bright future ahead of her. And it's such an emotional film too, you know, it was so sad to say goodbye to the Wolverine that we all know and love, and oh my god, the ending. No matter how hard I try, the ending always makes me cry. It's just, oh my god. Here we go. The top 3. At number 3 we have La La Land. Oh my god, Tom, this movie was released in 2016. Oh my god. Actually, no. That's where you're wrong. Because over here in merry old England, it was released on the 12th of January 2017. So stick that up your jacksie. No, but in all seriousness, I adore this film. It was at the number 1 spot on this list for so long. I love the style of it, you know, it was like all of the musicals way back from the 1960s. The performances were brilliant. Emma Stone really deserved that Oscar, and so did Ryan Gosling, but you know, it had to go to Casey frickin' Affleck. But either way, this is a fantastic movie and you should really give it a watch if you haven't already. You really should. At number 2 is The Greatest Showman. I've been debating with myself for the last couple of weeks trying to work out if I liked this film more or La La Land. In the end, I chose this film mainly because of the fact that it has more sort of lyrical songs, whereas La La Land, it sort of just had like instrumentals. Now, I had heard of P.T. Barnum before I watched this film, but I didn't really know too much about him, and apparently, factual-wise, this film is pretty bad. But who cares about that? Again, Hugh Jackman didn't disappoint, and I really hate to say this, but Zac Efron was pretty damn good too. Zendaya was fantastic. Everyone was brilliant in this film. You know, it's such an inspirational film as well. You know, it just goes to show that you can be who you are and not give a crap about anyone else. It's just, it's such a brilliant film. And I haven't stopped listening to the soundtrack since I saw it like 2 weeks ago. It's just so good. Oh my god. Just watch it and listen to the songs and just love it. Just, oh my god, yes. Here we go. It's the big one. My number 1 favourite film of 2017 is Loving Vincent. I mean, this film is just absolutely groundbreaking. In case you haven't heard of it, it's the first ever animated film to have been hand painted. According to IMDb, it took over 100 professional artists to paint every single frame of this film, and it took 6 years to make. 6! All of their hard work and dedication, it really paid off. Not only is this my favourite film of 2017, but it's one of my favourite films of all time. The performances were fantastic. It's just such a stunning and heartbreaking film. The second that it started, I already had tears in my eyes. The film nerd inside me was just bursting with excitement. Just words cannot describe how much I adore this film. I mean, as soon as I saw the trailer, I knew that it was going to be a phenomenal film. So if you haven't done so already, just do yourself a favour and just go and watch this masterpiece. Okay, honourable mentions time. Now, I am making this up on the spot, just to let you know. So, yeah, just bear with me. So, first honourable mention we've got is Live by Night. That was a brilliant film. I'm not a huge fan of Ben Affleck, but I thought he was pretty good, and the lady from plays Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, she was good too. It was just really good acting. It was the first film I saw this year. Obviously not the best, but it was still pretty good. It was a good sort of thriller type film. Second honourable mention, A Monster Calls. I adored this film. I wanted to put it on the top 10 list so badly, but in the end I just couldn't, and it broke my heart because it's such a good film. It's got stunning special effects. It's really sad. I cried like a baby. But it's just really good. Kong Skull Island is the next one. That was absolutely brilliant. I'm really excited for the next, monster movie. Again, special effects, absolutely brilliant and stunning. I haven't seen the original King Kong, the one with Jack Black that goes on for like 3 hours. I really want to watch it though after that because, oh my god, that was so good. Next up is Beauty and the Beast. That was a brilliant remake. I was a little bit worried at the beginning. I sort of thought the casting for Belle, Emma Watson, I didn't think she'd be too good, but I was pleasantly surprised. She was brilliant. It was a fantastic film. Ghost in the Shell is the next one. I'm glad I went to see this film because I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but don't know if I'd watch it again. It's not my kind of well, it is my kind of thing, but I don't know. I don't know what it was about this film. It was good, but I don't know. Next we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the original, I don't think. Baby Groot was adorable though. Oh my god, Baby Groot. He was so cute. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Right. First off, I have a question, right? Why the hell was David Beckham in this? Why all of a sudden is he an actor now? He was terrible. Thankfully he was only in it for like 5 seconds. He played, for those of you that have seen it, he played the guard where, when King Arthur went on the stone to try and pull the sword out, he was the guard that was like, you gotta put both hands on it, and that was a pretty much spot on impression. He was terrible. Like, I was sat there with my girlfriend and I was like, is that David Beckham? Is that David Beckham? And I heard loads of other people in the cinema were like talking to each other like, that's David Beckham, isn't it? What the hell's he doing in this film? It's such a random choice. But apart from David Beckham, it was brilliant. I love the style of filmmaking. Like, the guy that made this also made the Sherlock Holmes films with Robert Downey Jr. He's just such a brilliant filmmaker. I love his style of films. I think his name's Guy Ritchie. Just off the top of my head. It probably isn't. I'm probably thinking of someone else. But whatever. Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge. I know this is called Dead Men Tell No Tales in the Americas, but in the UK it was called Salazar's Revenge. I prefer Dead Men Tell No Tales, but whatever. It was Disney's choice. Yeah, it was good. Wasn't as good as the other Pirates of the Caribbean films. It's sort of gone... That franchise has sort of gone downhill for me. Like, the first 3 films are absolutely brilliant. I adore those. But then when it got to On Stranger Tides, it sort of went downhill. And a lot of people agree with me on that one. But it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Oh god, this next one is going to get hate. I know this one's going to get so much hate. So yeah, next honourable mention, let's just get it out of the way, Wonder Woman. I love this film, okay? I love it. I think it's brilliant. But I don't know, it was just something about it that... It's probably because I've lost all hope in DC film universe. Since Batman vs Superman, it all went downhill for me. Suicide Squad was very disappointing for me and for a lot of people. And so... It probably didn't help that I wasn't expecting much from this film, but it was pretty good. It's definitely the best film that they've made since The Dark Knight. It was good, but not the best. I'm sorry. I'm the only person in the world that thinks that, but I'm very sorry. It's not a sexist thing. I love the character of Wonder Woman. The woman that plays Wonder Woman was brilliant. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was fantastic, and I love the character of Wonder Woman. It was just, I don't know. Spider-Man Homecoming, I spelt that wrong on my phone. I spelt it as H-O-E-M, coming. I don't know. Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Love this. Tom Holland is such a good Spider-Man. He's definitely the best we've ever had. I think I said that last year about Civil War, but I can't remember. I might have done, or I might not. I don't know. But it was good to see him have his own solo movie and to see more of him as well. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was fantastic. Goodbye Christopher Robin. Oh my god, this film. Goodbye Christopher Robin is such a good film, telling the story of Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, it was fantastic. Good acting. It was a really sad story, and again, made me cry. I've become such a baby at films. Such a baby. But fun fact though, I saw that film the same day as I saw Loving Vincent. So I had a day of films basically. Next is Paddington 2. That was fantastic. Yeah, that was brilliant. I had a lot of fun with that film. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It didn't make me cry. It's fine. It didn't make me cry. It's just really funny. I love the Paddington films. I hope they make a third one. And last but not least, we have Murder on the Orient Express. I'm going to put my phone away now. Yeah, Murder on the Orient Express was a brilliant film. Good acting. Bit of a disappointing ending. I've got a feeling that's the end of the book as well. It was sort of like, what? But I'm not going to spoil it for those of you that haven't seen it, but for me I was just sort of like, what? I don't... Okay, yeah, sure. Well, that's it for 2017. On to 2018. We've got some amazing films lined up this year. I can already tell it's going to be difficult to make a top 10 list. My most anticipated film of this year has got to be Avengers Infinity War. Oh my god, that film... Oh, it looks insane. It looks brilliant. Don't forget to feel free to write down in the comments below what your most anticipated film of this year is. And all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and I will see you in a future video. Goodbye, people! However, do feel free to leave your Hello? It was a fantastic cast. What are you doing, Howie? I'm trying to film a video here, Howie. As I was saying, it was a fantastic cast. Kevin Hart was as brilliant, and I am not ashamed to admit at all that I laughed more than the kids in the cinema at this. I will get this line right, that I laughed more at the film than the kids did in the cinema. Oh my god. This line is so difficult. Why did I write it like this? At number 8 is Jumanji. Well, oh, stop hitting that thing with the chair. That's not a good thing. I think I'd even go as far to say that I liked this one a lot more than the first one. No, that's not right, is it, Tom? No, it's not. My nose is driving me mad. Oh my god. Howie, you're distracting me. You're gonna... No, you're gone. You're gone. I was going to put a cat on YouTube and get a lot of views for this video, but obviously I'm not doing that because he's just staring at me now. But who cares about that? Do that again. It wasn't a good enough swish. Swish. Now, I had heard of P.T. Barnum before I watched this film, but the performances were Next we have... Oh, God.